I'm here in the Catskills in New York State. Brian invited me up here. He wanted to compare Brian's trailer to mine. What is your channel, Brian?
DIY Outdoor Life.
DIY Outdoor Life. I'll have a link in that in the bottom. It's a very good channel. Brian's giving some really good information on teardrop trailers. You know, we're kind of like a bohemian subculture here, these teardrop trailer campers. I wanted to bring a different perspective than my own to this. And Brian, how long have you had your trailer, Brian?
About 8 months. Yeah, it's not my first camper. It's my first teardrop, but I actually put 15,000 miles on it. So
wow.
I had it across the country and back.
Cross country. So you've got a lot of experience for 8 months, right?
So the trailer that we are going through today is the 2021 Bushwacker by Braxton. It comes in two models, the 10SS or the 10FB. This is the 10SS. They're basically the same. The 10SS has one door, one entry door, the air conditioner on the side, which gives you the feature to fold it into a couch. The 10FB is the same price, everything is about the same, but it has two doors and a centralized air conditioner.
How much does this trailer sell for?
So this trailer, I purchased this trailer brand new for $9,300.
$9,300 for a trailer like this?
I see it hiking up. I'm involved in all the forums. Some folks are paying upwards of $15,000 for it now. It's 1,300 pounds. It comes with a BAL frame, so pretty industry standard stuff, but it's real heavy duty.
What is BAL?
It's a brand that sells frames, stabilizing pads, jacks. It's a pretty popular brand if you were to build a trailer like this. Mm-hmm. So it's powder coated 4-inch. That's a real heavy frame for a 1,300 pound trailer.
Road, when you go on the road, typically a tongue weight's about 200 pounds.
About 180 to 200.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So you got a pretty heavy duty tray here to put, you know, anything you want on there, generator.
20-pound propane tank is beautiful too.
Yeah, so you could put a 30 or a 40 in here.
Wow.
They're all the same width, but 20 pounds goes a long way. This trailer has an 040 painted aluminum. So this is a real high quality material. If you were to build a trailer like this, it's not Airstream aluminum, but it is really easy to clean. It's a long lasting material. You have fixed diamond plate step. It's real rugged and it's up to keep your ground clearance.
I like the fixed step. I hate steps that slide out. I've never seen a reliable one.
Anything mechanical goes bad eventually, so it's nice to have that. It's real rugged. I'm a big guy.
Well, also, I just want to point out that your step does not eat into your ground clearance. I've seen many RVs where the step comes low, and that reduces the overall ground clearance. What is the ground clearance on this?
So this is a 12-inch ground clearance front to back, and the low point is actually the spare tire. Mm-hmm. So if you take the spare tire out, put it on the roof rack, or put it in your vehicle, you can get an extra inch. But it's not an overlanding trailer by any means, but 12, I found 12 is going to get you into some tight spots, and we're in a kind of a tight spot.
Yeah. Well, the Tacoma, the ground clearance is about 9 inches, 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah.
Mine is 10. You know, depending on where you adjust the tires. But of course, that's your differential. So if you're going around a stump or something, you can get 13, 14 out of the Tacoma.
Yeah.
So that's just that.
Or less.
Or less. So that ground clearance is responsible. It's got a 28-inch tire with a 15-inch wheel. 2,200 pound torsion.
That's a 28-inch tire?
It's a 28-inch tire.
That's quite impressive,
That's what's giving you that ground clearance.
Yeah.
Maxi clearance frame. Easy to service, looks good, it's kind of cool.
Nice.
One thing I'll say starting off with these trailers, you know, you do get what you pay for, and the fit and finish on this trailer leaves a lot to be desired. You know, you see little bent pieces of trim, you have spray insulation all over the air conditioner and a foam piece hanging down. There's definitely some areas with this particular trailer that the aesthetics don't hold up very well, and it kind of actually looks pretty rushed to begin with.
You know, this this grid over here, this came with it?
Yes.
To protect the air conditioner.
Yeah, there's very few things for this video that I've added to it. You know, I left the command hooks, but everything else I set back to factory.
I thought that was like a security thing at first, you know.
Yeah.
What kind of camping are you doing?
So there is a low flow propane port. I rarely say that right. Low flow propane port. So you can use a quick connect to hook up a grill, an outside LP fireplace.
Do you use it?
I do. I have a grill that if you want to use LP to grill, you know, your dinner or something, it's kind of nice to get out of the galley. So I do use that. I don't have a fire pit, but...
Okay. I see you have stabilizers too down here, right?
Yeah, it's BAL, same brand. That makes a lot of those components. Now these are true stabilizers. They're not jacks. They're not intended to pick the vehicle up or anything.
Yeah, I did notice if I'm camping with a friend, when I'm cooking, if I have liquids and somebody's in the trailer moving around, well, then the stabilizer becomes very important. You know, it does shift things. Like if you were in there and I was cooking in the back, forget it. We'd have to have that stabilizer. The kitchen. This is very important. Yeah.
I would say that this is one of the bigger letdowns, but with this particular trailer. But as a realist, I mean, I realized what I paid for this trailer, and it's pretty inexpensive compared to the competition. But for starters, I put this thermoelectric cooler in just back to do this video. Most users of a Bushwacker take this out immediately. I have a lot of friends now on the forums that have this trailer. So this, for those of you who don't know, this uses about 4 times the electricity of like a Dometic or IceCo powered cooler, and it will just lower outside ambient temperature about 40 degrees.
It's a compressorless. No compressor. It uses that Peltier cooling system.
Which means I have frozen stuff when it gets cold out, and when it's about 85, 90 degrees, it's not a food safe temperature inside.
So how many watts does that draw? Do you know?
So it fluctuates, but it can draw like 70 watts continuous.
Wow.
So without interruption.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really...
Yeah, that's a pig. Yeah.
You don't see many people with it plugged in.
Yeah.
If I were to say one thing nice about it, if you're driving and it's running off your car's alternator, it's not bad to keep a couple sodas a little cooler.
Yeah. So what do you do to keep your food fresh?
So I use a typical cooler.
Yeah.
But one thing that's been great with the internet and having a channel of my own, people reach out. During my review on my channel, I said, no refrigerator fits in this space. I've looked exhaustively. Well, the first few comments were people saying, I have a fridge that fits in there.
Wonderful, and that's great. If you have a Bushwacker, you definitely want to check into Brian's channel for tips. It's very good.
So I'm going to put in a little rolling tray, kind of similar to what you have, but it's upright fridge.
And what is your channel one more time?
DIY Outdoor Life.
Okay.
The folks at Bushwacker thought I needed a 15-foot high-pressure spray nozzle.
Oh, it's a shower. It's a shower. You misunderstood.
Brush your teeth. Yeah. You know. So this is great if you want to wash your car.
Yeah.
Wash your feet off at the beach. Well, shout out to Matt on the Facebook group for Bushwackers. He showed me how to make my own faucet. Braxton Creek does not make a faucet that fits in here. So we got the quick connects with a PVC valve. It fits right in. And now you can wash your hands without biting this nozzle. And
oh, you've got water here and you've got a sink. Well, how much water does this trailer come with?
So one of the highlights of this trailer, 24 gallons of freshwater storage. So any experienced teardropper knows what gets you out of a boondocking situation first. It's definitely
water and ice.
Water and ice. So, you know, we can make do with electric. We can either go without, or we can use solar. We can pack the appropriate amount of food. Water is tough. So 24-gallon storage on this is pretty nice. So this particular model has a Flame King cooktop. Some of the other Bushwackers in 2020 have a Dometic here. But,
And you have wind wings there, which are very important. Why don't you show us those? When you cook in a teardrop trailer outdoors, the slightest breeze will blow out your burner. Now, my answer is to use windscreens, you know, backpacker windscreens, and they work quite well for me. But somebody here considered this when they put this on.
That's right. And I actually a lot of times use the windscreens as well, like you do, and use them together. It seems to be more efficient with how.
Oh, absolutely. You save gas. You know, you definitely work. And it's a difference between eating cold peanut butter and actually having a warm dinner in some cases.
So it has a Dometic furnace for the cabin under here, which means that this galley stays quite warm. So if you're a winter camper and you put your water jug right here,
yes,
this tends to be the same temperature as inside the camper.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for the loss of efficiency on mine because a little of that heat goes into the and I put actually for my pass-through, I put in reflects it there in the cold weather. So that's very good. Yeah. Now, storage space here. I'm used to a bit more storage space. How much space do you have back here?
Not much, and I think they make up for it in some ways. There is a roof rack, but you know, we'll talk about tow vehicles later, but one of the reasons why I have like a truck with a cap is because I've had to think outside the box as far as storage space in this trailer. There's no storage inside either.
What's in?
This is almost completely used. I have my offset funnel, like all of us do.
Excellent, you got to have that. That's if you're off grid. Yeah,
right?
Same with me. Yeah.
And this is a little, you know, I didn't clean up here. This is a little dish strainer.
Okay, great.
But you see, most of the space is taken up by the water pump and by
the heating.
furnace.
This is the furnace, the square box. It's quite large.
Yes,
it
is.
Yeah, but it works. And hey, boy, is it nice to have that thing. Holy cow.
Boy, oh boy. It's when I bought this trailer, it came with an air conditioner and a furnace. Two features that I was not looking for, but this was still cheap.
You're happy you have them.
Now, whether it's moisture control or really extending, you know, the amount of time that you're willing to come out, the furnace is key.
I agree. It's such a factor of comfort on a cold night. It's wonderful.
So it's 12,000 BTUs.
Wow.
And it's a Dometic furnace, so that's a standard RV size. I see this unit on much bigger rigs. The efficiency is short cycles because it's oversized for a teardrop of this size, but it's still remarkably efficient.
It's like a sauna in there.
Well, it's got a nice thermostat on there, and we did several weeks in cold temperatures and did not go through 20 pounds of propane.
I see you have audio in here.
Yes, this is pretty bad. Most of the time, if you're into listening to music, you're going to put like a wireless speaker here.
Absolutely.
These guys, although they do hook to Bluetooth, they hiss and pop, and you can't get them to any level of volume without the quality going really down.
Most RV companies scrimp on the audio equipment, and you're way better off putting in your own.
Yeah, that's right. I'd almost appreciate if they didn't put anything in there.
A phone and a Bluetooth speaker, and you're in business, you're good.
So, they give you everything you need back here, but you do see it just... Being that you're stepping into an entry-level trailer of this cost.
Yeah, let's keep that in mind. This is a $10,000 trailer.
That's right. You're going to see the cheapest pistons that you can buy. You see cheaply laminated wood. There has been issues with this trailer holding up. There's been fit and finish issues. Everything is very inexpensive in the build. But, if you're looking to get into a fully equipped trailer for $10,000 and you're handy, this has been a blast.
Yeah.
So we have a standard 12-volt port. We have a GFCI for 110. Obviously, you have to be plugged into shore power or be running an inverter to power this, and this is wired directly to the battery.
Do you have additional 12-volt ports or AC ports?
I do. Inside the trailer, I have 2 more GFIs with one that's one that's wired for the air conditioner, and there's plenty of USBs, and I decked it out. I even added some, if you're into camera gear or anything, you just keep adding.
If you're a modern camper.
Yeah, more and more DC.
Yeah, and the 20 amp service on the AC, is that what it is, or 15 amp?
On the air conditioner?
The AC service, right? I mean,
it's usually 30 amp.
30 amp.
So
that's very good. Yeah.
These are 20 amp GFCIs. They will trip at this one's actually even 15, but the trailer itself has 30 amp capability.
Good.
if you're running everything at once, you're well under 10 amps. But if you come out here and you want to plug in your air fryer and your hair dryer, they do give you the capability with the power converter to go to 30 amps.
So just go to autopilot. And
Okay.
slide to take off.
Okay. Nice. Wow.
It's like a tripod, isn't it? Look how steady the image is.
Yeah. What's that beeping?
It senses us.
Oh. Doesn't want to get too close? Hello. What planet are you from?
Because I work with batteries and stuff outside of my camping experience, I use them for my job. I tend to customize to what I'm doing. Today I have 100 amp hours at AGM. Sometimes I have 200 amp hours. If I'm going someplace with shore power, I'll save the weight and bring a 50 amp hour battery.
You pull your battery out.
You know, that's what I do for a living. So I'm standard with 150 amp AGM battery.
50 amp, that's not a lot for me.
50 amp hour, yeah.
Because only 25 of that's usable.
That's right.
And the doors held up okay, you know, the hinges, the latches and all.
I'm constantly working on it. You know, like I said, when people ask me the big question, would you buy this trailer again? Most of the time I have to say no. And it's not because it's not my favorite thing. When you own a Teardrop, it's our favorite toy. I've spent so much time fixing things on this, and I don't necessarily get the warranty support that I would expect from a company producing this amount of trailers.
Warranty issues, yeah. Okay. I think you can find out more about the issues that Brian has had with this trailer on his channel. He has some very good descriptions of service that he's had to do to it. So yeah,
I've rattled off on that on the channel. So yeah, come swing by.
Yeah, swing by and check it out.
So this is your 30 amp connect. This is your freshwater storage. This trailer doesn't have a city water connect. So it's a pretty inexpensive item to add to a trailer.
Yeah.
But they didn't add that. Now, it didn't seem to concern me when I bought it, but I'm actually shocked with how many times city water is a real convenience.
If you're in a campground especially.
You're not using your battery for electric.
Yeah.
Even here, I have a hose behind me, and I don't have electric. So So 24-gallon freshwater tank makes up for that in some respects, but not in all of them.
Yeah. When Brian says he has a hose, he's not kidding, and I'm going to take a break here and show you that. So we're up on this beautiful pond surrounded by mountains up here. It just doesn't get any better. And Brian, this is, if you'll pardon the expression, this is Brian's hose. And this is fed from where, Brian?
So about 1,600 feet up the mountain, there's a spring that's completely captured, and this is all gravity. And it gives you a couple ways to change pressure.
Yeah.
I run this through the farmhouse. It can be used to water trees for the farm, and it also keeps the pond oxygenated for trout.
Perfect, great.
So inside the Bushwacker, the 10SS model has this couch feature that we talked about earlier. It allows you to, you know, it's not like a fully formed futon, but if you want to turn it into your office space, in the winter we've had our meals in here and watched a movie. It's pretty nice. And it gives you your emergency exit that will tip open if you want to use it for ventilation.
Good. Is it screened? Yeah, it is screened, right?
It is screened, yep.
Yeah.
And it's a good screen. You know, it keeps the no-see-ums out.
Good.
You have, you know, cheap LED lights all over the place. You have your reversible vortex fan, which is very important. Yeah, ventilation and keeping moisture content is the name of the game in here.
Back wall, what do we got here?
We have a powered antenna if you wanted to pick up some local stations. You have
How is the
LP
radio?
gas. The radio is really bad. I go into some of the issues I had on my channel with it being wired improperly, but it's just a low quality setup. That's all.
Okay.
Now there's the vent for the 12,000 BTU furnace.
Okay.
It does an excellent job, but you see it's pretty low to the ground, so it blows on your feet. But you don't want
It's blowing on the mattress.
Yeah, you don't want to have too thick a blanket down
That air's
there.
pretty hot coming at it, Aaron. I wouldn't feel comfortable on the mattress.
Not the best design.
Yeah, a few inches to one side or to the other side, it would have been okay. Well, I would have hit the refrigerator though.
So something different about a rig like this is it has a 5,000 BTU window air conditioner. And this is something that I do use a lot more than I thought. Just like a furnace, it can take a lot of the humidity out of the air. And the moisture pours outside the trailer, and in the Catskills, that becomes a pretty nice feature in the summer.
Now you could change that air conditioner with another 5,000 BTU if you want, right? That's a big
Yes, you
feature.
can.
You know, campings, they're built in and they're hard to get to.
Yeah.
So that's a very nice feature because, you know, on the road, stuff takes wear and tear like you can't believe. I mean, it's bouncing around. you know?
That's right. It's a very standard size setup.
Not just in the window of your house. It's on wheels.
Headspace has pretty, chintzy sliders here, but it's set up well.
Well, how big is the storage?
Very small.
It's not very deep. Yeah.
No, I got some chopsticks.
That's important. Yeah, you can't go camping without
Some
chopsticks.
pencil headlamps.
Perfect. Yeah. No.
Some bamboo spoons.
Yeah, no, and a straw, reusable straw.
All the essentials.
All environmental. Yeah. People who are backpackers have a much easier time adapting to this because now it's a step up. You know, it's not.
That's right. So there's plenty of storage underneath the bed.
Oh, very
You
nice.
can get in on both sides. You can get in on the back or up front. So the part about this that is the most nice is that this gives you an air gap, right? So there's ventilation, insulation, and one of the common problems with these things is you can grow some stuff under your mattress if you're not careful with the moisture. So that's another pretty nice.
No, any insulation is welcome on this. Is this an insulated trailer?
It is. So somewhere in the middle of 2021 models, they've gone from solid foam insulation to an actual air gap with fiberglass, and I'm not sure which one I have, and I'm not quite yet ready to find out.
Yeah, let's hope you don't have to.
There's an aluminum frame, and they have solid block foam insulation in some of them, and an air gap with fiberglass in the others.
Okay.
This thing is pretty intense.
Yeah.
And one feature that I think I'm going to do with this is I'll put some like taillight tape over this, or actually find a cap with magnets so I can have like an amber light.
Yeah,
Sometimes you want to light up the place to set up at night, but this is a bug magnet for sure.
Yeah, you want mood lighting. Yeah.
For a trailer under $10,000, there's a lot here. The value is really high. If I were to just give the honest bullet points on it, it is very inexpensively built. A lot of stuff has gone wrong. If you're handy, that's okay. It's not been anything majorly complicated, but I've been disappointed with the customer support. All my friends online have Teardrops. We're in a community, and it's not uncommon for people to have a great relationship with the folks who made their trailer.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
If you go into a trailer like this, you understand there's going to be some sweat equity into it to save money on the initial purchase price.
Right. There's a lot of value here, and I know a lot of people that have a Bushwacker and love it. I just want people to know going into it some of the things I've had to deal with. You coming out here, and we're hoping
coming out here and enjoying this wonderful place here. I mean, it's
the bad part about being an outdoors person is that we don't want to film much more. We want to go
exactly. We just want to, and let's be clear. I focus in quite a bit on gear. My channel is all about gear, but really, the gear is to facilitate this. It's to facilitate coming out here and having fun out here. And make no mistake, in between showing you my gear and Brian showing off his trailer, we're out here camping and just having a blast.
So I have a 2014 Toyota Tacoma. It's a 6-cylinder with the 4-door and the cap on the bed.
You didn't feel comfortable with the 4?
The 4 was nice, but I live up here in the mountains. I drive it in off-road situations. I did want to go with the 6-cylinder.
Yeah, and you do live up here in the mountains, that's for sure. That's really good. So what are you getting in gas mileage?
So it's about 19 combined, but what you notice if you're tracking your gas mileage with something like this is it varies a lot. If you're going to go 60 miles an hour on the highway, I can get 21, 22. If I'm towing, and when I went through Blue Ridge in the winter, I was down to about 11 or 12. So
That was, yeah. So
bad.
average towing, yeah, roughly?
16.
16, okay, that's what I get in my my Subaru. Of course, when I unhitch, I get 36.
That's
But
it, right.
yeah.
The-
Okay, but okay. So you have the 4-seater. Why the 4-seater?
So honestly, we went with the 4-seater because we have a lab and she likes to go camping with the Teardrop as well. So this is her setup. She's got a little sheet down here and she likes to ride with us back here.
Wonderful. She's a wonderful dog. She is great. She's not here now, but she'd steal a whole show here.
That's right. So one of the features on this truck, so it comes stock with 9.5 inches of ground clearance. That's on the differential. If you're going over a stump or something, you do get about a foot of ground clearance. So it matched really well with the Bushwacker, and Cosmo had a chance to experience. We do pull our trailers into some rougher spots around here.
That's an
You might have to hang out the window.
yeah.
To have a capable tow vehicle, we also have a Jeep Wrangler, but this is nice. When you have a Teardrop camper, dry, easy to access storage goes a long way. This will take a roof rack or you can clip it to solar panels, but it's just nice. If you come on back,
What does this cap sell for?
I think it's about $1,200.
Okay, and just
I did get
drop it in there?
It drops right in, clamps on. It's an ARE and it does match the color exactly.
Well, that's
This is
important.
the
Yeah,
Toyota
yeah.
colors.
How about waterproofness?
It is absolutely 100% watertight.
That's very good.
Torrential downpours. So it gives you a lot of capability. There's not much storage in my camper.
Uh-huh.
So to have your cooler, and let me show you this. We went with a deck system.
Wow.
So you can put your water, your heavier stuff up top, and still access some of the smaller stuff we use when we're camping.
Yeah, organization, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't keep it organized, but it helps.
And the name here is Decked.
This is a deck system. They sell them custom to your truck. I actually got this on Amazon. We could throw a link for that.
Yeah.
You just click the model car you have, and they even sell these for SUVs.
Very nice.
So it gives you some options.
What does this
there.
thing go for?
Around 1,000, but
Yeah.
for a full-size truck, you could probably get up to about 1,200.
Yeah.
So it's a big investment, but it's very heavy duty. It's got a bottle opener. That's worth.
Oh, that's critical.
$100.
Yeah, you got to have that. Yeah.
And I've seen people put their grills and different stuff on this and actually turn this into a little extension of their kitchen.
Tailgating, yeah.
Yeah, so there's some neat features there. I just have a rubber mat to help stuff from sliding around
Yeah.
on top. It's a pretty neat thing, but it is an investment.
Yeah. Too small to sleep in this truck, though, right?
It is too small for me to sleep back here.
What if you put the seats down in the front? Can you sleep in
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you definitely can. I wired some 12-volt back here.
Yeah, very
So
important.
you can charge your portable power stations or an air mattress or something. So solar unit, we'll put the solar up on top. And
Yeah, you got a lot of
some
room up there.
batteries.
You can fit several hundred watts up there.
Yeah. But right now it's just great to be able, it starts raining and you can put stuff in here easily.
Yeah,
It's it's been a good tow vehicle for us. We put a lot of miles on it. It's very comfortable to drive.
Quiet when you rode with this?
Very quiet. It tracks beautifully. It's got a backup camera. If there was one thing, it would be, gas mileage. You want
Yeah,
a small
well,
footprint and
Life's a compromise. I mean, you've got all-wheel drive on this.
four-wheel.
For a four-wheel, okay.
It's got a 600-pound tongue capability, and it has a 6,000-pound towing capability. So we're way over.
The cargo is a couple of thousand pounds on this, right? That's like
That's
6,000
right.
pounds,
Yeah,
right?
so-
That's what the big difference between an automobile and a truck is. You can put a lot of weight on this thing. And
That's right.
I've been up here at Brian's place mooch docking for a couple of days, and it has just been fabulous. The funniest thing of all, though, is how we met. I was driving around the Catskills. out in the middle of nowhere, up on a mountain hiking, and I came down and I saw this Zendo, and I stopped in there, and I got this email like a week later from this guy, and
So it is an odd story. I tuned into an episode where Cosmo was staying a couple miles from my house, and started to rain, and sure enough, he gets in the car and he drives to my house.
well, it's at the place you work, right?
Yeah, so I live and work at a Zen Buddhist monastery, and so it was a cool place to poke in. And
What Zendo is that?
It's Daibasatsu Zendo, or ZSS, Zen Studies Society. So
Amazing place. And let me tell you, this place is practically a Zendo. I mean, we're up meditating on a mountain. It was just fantastic here. So thank you so much for having me. I mean, it's really been great. I'd shake your hand, but we're in the middle of a pandemic.
we'll do this.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do that. This is Brian trying to get a GoPro shot of trout. He's got his camera out here in the water. Well, I want to get a couple of minutes of gurgling. I find it relaxing. I know it's not going to do wonders for my channel, but it's a very meditative thing, and I just kind of enjoy it.
Well, we found the gurgle.
Yeah. I find the small, delicate gurgles are way better than the rushing stream. There's a little bit more detail. I initially start looking at these, and you just see, well, some water, I think I'll click away. But then I start noticing bubbles and trickling and different little rivulets off on the sides here. And that sort of holds my attention a lot longer, and it focuses me in some strange way that relaxes me.